Hey friends, this one's short but sweet and packs a punch. So we're going to storm through what happened in Mergo's wet dream, the final part of the Nightmare Frontier. Okay, so, right as you start from your new lantern, elevators, and some enemies later, you see the shadows of Yharnam again. Although at this point, I took them down with ease. With my handy axe, of course. The last time we saw them, they were just before Rom, protecting him. I felt these ones were not the originals, and obviously still leading toward the fact that they were created by the Great One to protect his monstrosities and their vile secrets. Heading up the stairs, reality got even more twisted. A pig with spider eyes revealed itself, emphasizing everything Michael Ash was rambling on about. Please, put eyes on our brains. After the pigs, I stopped dead in my tracks like a deer. The girl from after I killed Rom the Vacuous. She's pointing up toward the moon, sobbing. Is this the true Queen of Yharnam I have heard about? Is she crying for what the moon has done? What the Great One has done to Yharnam? There's so much going on here, guys. Then I saw a bunch of husked corpses donning the Mensa's cage. I could only think it was telling me how many generations and years this nightmare has been going on for. The way they sat in their chairs reminded me of nothing other than the monumentals and demon souls. I then walked through the archway she pointed at, where I could see the moon perfectly. There's a baby in a carriage there. As I walk up to it, Mergo's wet nurse appears. She, or it, almost reminded me of Amygdala. And thinking about the baby and the umbilical cords, I remembered that the Great One loses their child. It made me think, guys, if Mergo's wet nurse is a Great One, was she trying to create an offspring? Is that why the prostitute and the others get pregnant during the blood moon? Is that why there are so many amygdalas in this unseen village? Considering the soul's lore, there are always four, whether it is great souls, four kings, or great ones. If Amygdala is one, Mergo's wet nurse is one, and Rom is one, who's the fourth? And I personally believe these great ones are the children, the only children of the Great One, the Old One. More and more I'm seeing Demon Souls, Dark Souls, and Dark Souls 2 all at once. And the Mensis ritual, the Mensis nightmare, were all products of the dream of the Old One, for the Great Ones to bear children and spread their forsaken blood. And I believe the reason the areas were called Mergo's Loft is simply Mergo's wet nurse is so obsessed about her offspring, creating another Mergo was her dream. Or perhaps Amygdala is Mergo. Their limbs are almost too similar. When you finally fell Mergo's wet nurse, it says, Nightmare slain. At this point, when you go back to the Hunter's Dream, it's completely on fire. Could it be that the Hunter's Dream is merely another product of the Nightmare of Mensis? Another product to carry out the Old One's wishes? We're right at the end, but there's still a few optional areas we have to explore. Canehurst Castle and the Upper Cathedral Ward. I can't wait to see what secrets they hold. How about you guys? And don't forget, subscribe to see Bruce and I every weekend. Tell me what you liked, you didn't like, or what you like to see more of. Share your theories. Thanks for coming by for another breakdown of Bloodborne. Until next time, friends. Ugh.